Aneesh, welcome. What a pleasant surprise. I almost didn't recognize you. You are looking fabulous, even more handsome than what you were before.
You're very kind.
I don't know what you're eating and doing, but incredible
You're very kind.
to run into
Thank
you.
you for having me. It's nice to see you again in almost 10 years.
Yeah, more than 10 years. I distinctly remember our conversation back in Silicon Valley. You were then, CTO for the US government under the Obama administration. So let me start there. Obama administration was obviously at the forefront, very technology focused, and that's why he went and brought you in. So what I'm trying to get at is your experience with that phase
Yes.
of your career,
Yes.
and then we'll come to where we are now.
Yeah, I'm motivated to solve problems, and no problems are bigger than those that we tackle as a country, as a society. And what President Obama noted during his campaign was that the use of technology and data and innovation could really help revolutionize politics. And he said, if it can revolutionize politics, a grassroots movement to get him into the White House, what could it do to solve big issues of climate change and healthcare reform and educating the world on science and engineering? These are the big challenges, and the gap between how we were tackling those challenges in the public sector, absent the power of technology, data innovation, was the gap I was asked to help close. What I'll tell you is that quietly and in Washington, there is a bipartisan commitment to building on the Obama administration's progress. The Trump administration appointed a CTO and opened up his arms to get feedback from our team, and the Biden administration obviously has many of the Obama alumni in it. So there's been a continuity now going on 12, 15 years to sort of build, and we're reaching the point, I believe, where the line for people graduating from IIT today, immigrating to the US, may be not, I'm going to go to public service as a charity, but I may see this as a calling that I can build a beautiful career. And with public-private collaboration, I might be thriving while advancing mission. So this is now no longer a, let me do my corporate job and I'll maybe give back to society. We may be in a place now where the corporate job is giving back to society while thriving. And I'm thrilled to see this movement.
So governments around the world, especially in the developing economies, are not known to write conducive policies for the industry, for the evolution of technologies. US has been different. After World War II, it decided to invest heavily into tech education and granting money to the universities. Whether it's now the CHIPS Act, before that some other act, right? So we try to work with the industry, but having said that, people still have complaints against government for the wrong policies or not the proper implementation of the right policies. So I want you to first wear the glasses of the CTO,
Yes.
working for the administration, see what difficulty there is and what you have to take into consideration when you write those policies so everybody in the country benefits. Then we'll come to you wearing your other hat.
Top-down and bottom-up are complex frameworks. Top-down would mean we're going to write a big check to underwrite something that we believe to be a good, but we are influencing the economy and there may be unintended consequences. So you have to take great care when taking top-down provisions. The dollars invested are one, the rules adopted are two. If you flipped it upside down and said, well, in emerging technologies where we don't know enough what we don't know, what can we do to foster more innovation? And there, I felt in my time in government, we had room to improve without having the same potential unexpected or unwarranted secondary effects. So building up human capital, that's an investment that broadly helps society. Investing in digital infrastructure that has the potential to help the commercial internet, gives us the Netflixes of the world, but it also could give us tools that could bring about self-driving cars. So we have these bottom-up and top-down frameworks. And in the middle, there's now a growing consensus that we in the US rely on industry-led innovation, but we can shape and encourage and incentivize and reward. So slight tweaks to policy that focus on outcomes do have a greater effect on kind of stewarding the innovation capacity of the country towards a problem. And we're testing that in healthcare right now. If we could pay for health in a different way, entrepreneurs and innovators that can bring tech, data, and innovation together with all the other components of healthcare can actually deliver a lower cost system and profit off of the delta from the current higher cost system and a future lower cost one. So there is an incentive. I see more room on bottom up innovation interventions than perhaps the very narrowly scoped CHIPS Act or a future CHIPS Act that might relate to cybersecurity or maybe relate to a few specific domains like quantum computing, which are step function improved. And there you'll have healthier debates, but much more economic analysis to test whether the action does not have unintended reactions.
So now let me make you look at the present from the other side, where you are now the entrepreneur.
Yes.
And now when you look at the policies affecting and impacting your vertical space,
Yes.
What do you think are the things that are happening right, and what would you like to change?
Yes. So what's happening right is that we've supplied this bottom-up fuel in three ways. We've taken data held by the government and we've opened it up. I'm today one of the largest commercial researchers of health data that had not been made available but now can be, so I can help figure out who the best doctors are in America. Two, we've actually made it easier for information to flow between parties. I'm introducing a product that allows health plans to take information that they collect, make it more useful for doctors, and have it show up in their electronic health record. The technical standards are open. There's no proprietary connector, and I'm competing to demonstrate that I can do more to help doctors make better decisions. And then last, we're changing the way we're paying for healthcare, as I alluded to. I'm able to sell to a whole new customer, a customer that takes responsibility for a patient's entire cost of care and is looking for products and services from companies like CareJourney to help them make successfully lower costs and better outcomes. So I've got a new customer that didn't exist a decade ago, and I've got these underlying pipes that are sharing data that did not have anything flowing before. So I'm grateful. What do I wish? I wish there were more organizations willing to take that total cost of care risk. Today, it's a minority of the doctors and hospitals that are willing to take that responsibility. But if more did, I think the overall healthcare inflation rate would come down. And as employers, we're seeing double-digit hikes next year. That should start to curtail if more and more of the doctors we need to go see take this responsibility of total cost of care. So I wish that was moving faster.
Let's come to your company now. What problems it is solving, and what is your focus area?
Section 10332 of the Affordable Care Act called for the government to release its information for the purposes of provider performance measurement. I say that legalistic jumbo to say, I'm on this earth to help figure out who the best doctors are for my mom and dad so they can get the best possible care. They have access to doctors because they have insurance, but choosing the right one is still a bit of an enigma. They go online to Google and they search and they ask their friends. And we've got to do better than that. And we have the data to make judgments to say for patients like my mom and dad, these are the right doctors for them given the condition. So that's the problem I'm trying to solve. And they're business models around how to organize that. We've got a number, about 120 organizations who are testing our data and putting it into best use, but some of them are interesting. U.S. News and World Report is beginning to introduce that information on their website, so we're hoping to influence families as much as we're trying to influence doctors and hospitals to do better.
Finally then, the evolution of AI in its new avatar is doing both creating anxiety and creating a lot of hope and opportunity. How do you see that as an entrepreneur?
I'm 90-10 hope versus anxiety. In fact, I helped recruit about a 30 organization commitment, volunteered to take on responsible practices in AI without government regulation, but in the spirit of things the government's asked for. The White House, the Biden administration, celebrated these commitments and announced them in December of 2023. We have now a community of like-minded optimists who are looking to make sure this technology can reduce the burdens, increase the accuracy and effectiveness of the system, but to have learnings with each other, because we don't know what we don't know. Where are there concerns we haven't seen? So can we share and collaborate so no one's having to silo their way through this problem? And it's been a remarkable collection of large health plans like CVS Health and large health systems, many of the large regional systems in particular, but leaders like Sanford Health and others have said, let's come together and let's put these practices into production.
Great. Anish, again, you haven't lost a bit of your energy. You're still same, excited and full of ideas, and the way you express yourself hasn't changed much. In fact, it's gotten better. So it's been a wonderful experience sitting with you and chatting with you, and lovely to reconnect with you after so many years.
Thank you so much for your help and for your guided conversation.
No, absolutely.